Hi, Dr. Clark Pearson, Charm City Plastic Surgery. Today we are going to do a little Brotox, a little bit of an overused term, but we have Dan here. Dan is an elementary school IT educator. So he deals with kids all day long, and that can be very fun and exciting, but it can also be frustrating. So our goal today is to treat Dan, not to make him look like a pretty girl, but to just make him look a little more well-rested. The approach for Botox in men is a little bit different. We don't want to overdo things. We want to preserve his natural expressions because he's disciplining these children and they need to know that they've done something wrong. That being said, we just want to soften things up so he looks a little more well-rested. And Dan also gets headaches that traipse along sort of his brow and shoot toward the back. And there's some sensory nerves up in the brow that can trigger those headaches. So the not only may we see a little muscle paralysis in this area, but he may get some relief from headaches. We'll see. To be continued on that one. In observing Dan, go through raise your brow for me. You'll see that Dan has got a little asymmetries, a little more active on this side than on this side. So my goal is to put maybe a little more in this area to balance things out, but that's kind of his, hairy eyeball look too. So we're just gonna soften it, not get rid of it completely. Around his eyes, Dan smiles a lot, so he gets a little squinty. And so we're gonna put a little around here just to open that up a little bit. In women, sometimes I will treat under the eyebrow to cause a nice little lift. We're not going to do that in Dan. Don't worry. And then finally, that angry face in the middle. Oh, heavens. It's a strong muscle. And we're going to treat that muscle today, again, to soften it. Not get rid of it completely, but just soften things up. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Dan signed his consent form, so now it's my turn to have at it. Men do tend to require a little bit more Botox or Dysport compared to women just because their muscles tend to be a little bit bigger and a little more expressive. But I'm going to start Dan with a 30 unit dose, which is a moderate dose. It's not super aggressive. We can always bring him back in 2 weeks and add a little bit more, but I don't want to overdo it in him or in any of my patients. So that's the goal. Yes? Ready to rock?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Yes. Ooh, just got ma'am. All right, so I'm gonna just start. I kind of like to work my way around. Lay back for me so your head's sort of stabilized against there. All right, good. And smile for me so I can see those little lines. Okay, great. Now relax. You're gonna feel like 3 little stingy pinches, just like that. You okay? Like a little pinch in the burn. 1, 2. Doing okay?
Oh yeah.
Good. Man, you're taking it like a man. All right, now let's focus on the brow. Raise up for me. Okay, and you can relax there. So I see kind of where that line is. Doing good. You need a hand to squeeze. Let me know if you feel like you need a little break or a breather. I will not judge. Doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Working our way along. All right, making progress. Nice deep breath in and out. Say yoga breathing, but not everybody understands that. So, all right, I'm gonna go in the middle now. Make that angry face for me. Oh, goodness me, so that little muscle pile up. We're gonna try and soften. These ones can be a little more aggravating. So, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And you can relax that face if it's hard to hold. Doing okay? It's like I'm going to my happy place. Now Botox and Dysport take a little time to set in. Doesn't happen overnight, so I always tell people, hold the phone, let's wait a solid week for things to really set in, and then we can talk about adding more if we need to. All right, angry face again for me. This muscle tends to be kind of the most, require the most to make it calm down. And okay, one more little pinch there. Doing good. Have you breathe? Take him. Hasn't breathed in the past 5 minutes. If you start turning purple, I'm gonna force you to breathe. All right, raise your brow for me again. We're gonna change territory here. Stay up high. All right, good. Okay, relax your brow. We'll do a little around the eye and then finish up in that left brow. Okay, smile for me. Aww, that's the face I like to see. Sorry, there's a little sensory right there that makes itself known. All right, last little area of the brow up here, and then Dan will be ready to go have a beer. All right, raise your brow for me. Good, relax. Raise again. This side is busy. We're all a little asymmetrical, so it's my job to have a look and make sure we're balancing things out. All right, you did it. How was it?
Oh, not too bad.
I'm not paying him to say that. All right, so we're gonna circle back in about a week and see what we see with Dan. I tell my patients that they can exercise afterward, that they can, go out to dinner. There's no real restrictions after a Botox or Dysport treatment, and that again we'll start to see results at the 5 to 7 day point. So, to be continued. Thank you.
Thank you.